Hey everybody, it's Gus with Egypt Adventures Travel. I have the latest update for you on the COVID-19 entry requirements for Egypt in this video, so stay tuned for some really great news. Before we jump into talking about the COVID-19 entry requirement update for Egypt, I have been so excited to have lots more travelers reach out to me to help out with their trips to Egypt this upcoming fall and even in 2023. Reach out to me via email anytime, egyptadventurestravel@gmail.com, and we can talk about setting up a customized itinerary for your trip and getting you connected with trusted local guides I work with. I can book your entire trip for you, like all of your hotels, tour guides, transportation, and more. And I also have another group tour that's going to be coming up in 2023, so stay tuned for some information about that in the coming weeks. And now, on to the update of the COVID-19 entry requirements to Egypt. I'm a little bit late to the game on this one because it was a pretty quiet announcement, but I've been hearing from travelers recently that they've been entering Egypt without any required documentation, whether it's proof of a COVID vaccination or a negative COVID test. So I did some searching and I found that on the 16th of June, the Supreme Cabinet or Committee for the Management of Pandemics, that's quite the mouthful, released a statement saying that there are now no requirements in order for travelers to enter Egypt regarding COVID-19. That means that you do not need to show proof of vaccination anymore to enter Egypt. You do not need to get a COVID-19 test. You can just book that ticket to Cairo, arrive at the airport, get your $25 entry visa, and have an amazing trip. This is really great news for travelers who struggle to keep up with the requirements of what's needed to enter Egypt, and it makes it a lot easier for folks to go and visit the land of the pharaohs. I still recommend, though, because I am that worrisome traveler who always likes to be prepared, I would still recommend, if you have a vaccination against COVID-19, it never hurts to pack your vaccination proof with you, whether that's a paper copy of the CDC card from the US government and a QR code on your phone, or whatever form of identification that you have for your vaccination. It's technically not necessary, but it never hurts to have that kind of stuff with you, just in case. But as of this video, there are now no requirements to enter Egypt in regards to proof of COVID-19 status, and travelers can move freely about the entire country without needing to worry about showing a negative test or proving their vaccination status. And while we're talking about vaccinations, I want to tell travelers that I've been getting a lot of questions from folks asking about travelers coming from the United States and what vaccinations are required for them besides a COVID-19 vaccination. Well, first of all, a COVID-19 vaccination has never been required to visit Egypt, so you do not need to have a COVID vaccine in order to travel to Egypt. And there are also no other vaccinations that are required for US citizens and US passport holders. There are some vaccinations required for certain countries and certain nationalities, but people traveling from the United States to Egypt don't need to worry about carrying any proof of any type of vaccination status with them. So there you go. Hopefully my final update on COVID-19 entry requirements to Egypt for a long time, if not forever. So that latest update, nothing is required now to enter Egypt. And if you're from the US and traveling from Egypt back to the US, as long as you're going directly back to the United States without needing to enter another country, you shouldn't even need to have any type of COVID testing anymore in order to leave Egypt even. So that means that you can just come and go without needing to worry about testing and paperwork and all of that stuff. So hopefully this will make your trip to the land of the pharaohs even easier. I'm looking forward to hearing from more travelers to help them plan their Egypt adventures. We're still waiting on an announcement about the Grand Egyptian Museum, but hopefully that will still be opening up in November like it's been scheduled. And of course, I'll have an update for you if we hear anything else about the gem. Looking forward to hearing from everybody, and thanks for watching. I'm Gus with Egypt Adventures Travel. Until next week. Check us out on Instagram or Facebook at Egypt Adventures Travel, or go to www.egyptadventurestravel.com.